Wealth begins with mindset and investing in personal growth. The path to financial success is not purely about earning money. It's about developing the right mindset that will allow you to create value, solve problems, and seize opportunities. Too often, people think that wealth is something that happens by chance or that it's reserved for a select few. The truth is, anyone can become wealthy, but it requires a shift in thinking. If you want to be wealthy, you must start by changing the way you think about money, work, and success. The first step toward wealth is realizing that money is a byproduct of value creation. You don't get rich by just working harder or longer hours. The key to wealth is learning how to create value for others. Wealth follows those who provide a solution to a problem or add value in a way that is meaningful to others. If you're looking to build wealth, start by asking yourself, what problems can I solve? What needs can I fulfill? This mindset shift opens up endless possibilities for growth, both personally and financially. And the first step to understanding happiness is to take full responsibility for it. Too many people look for external factors to blame for their unhappiness. They blame their job, their relationships, their financial situation, or their environment. But in reality, your happiness is a direct result of how you choose to perceive and respond to those circumstances. If you wait for life to give you the right conditions to be happy, you may be waiting forever. True happiness comes from taking responsibility for your own emotions, actions, and reaction. When you take responsibility for your happiness, you stop looking to others for validation or approval. You stop depending on external factors to define how you feel. Instead, you focus on internal factors, your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. You realize that you have the power to control how you feel. No one else has that power, and this is incredibly liberating. It means that no matter what happens, you can choose to be happy because your happiness is not dependent on anyone or anything outside of you. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in cultivating happiness. When you make gratitude a habit, it shifts your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. Too often we focus on the negative, what we don't have, what's not working, or what's going wrong. But by practicing gratitude, you train your mind to appreciate the things you have, the people you love, and the small blessings in your life. This shift in focus can transform your perspective and bring a sense of peace and contentment that's not dependent on external circumstances. Gratitude also helps you maintain a positive mindset even in difficult times. Life will always have its ups and downs, and challenges are inevitable, but when you practice gratitude, you learn to look for the silver lining even in tough situations. You become resilient, able to bounce back from adversity, because you know that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how small. This attitude of gratitude helps you maintain a sense of peace and joy even when the world around you seems chaotic or uncertain. Another crucial aspect of happiness is letting go of the need for perfection. Many people believe that happiness comes from achieving perfection in their lives. Perfect relationships, perfect careers, perfect bodies, and so on. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. No one has a perfect life, and striving for perfection can lead to frustration, stress, and a sense of never being enough. Happiness comes from accepting life as it is, imperfections and all. It comes from embracing who you are, flaws and all, and being at peace with that. When you let go of the need for perfection, you free yourself from the pressure to constantly strive for something unattainable, and instead, you find joy in the imperfect, beautiful mess of life. Happiness also comes from learning to live in the present moment. So many people spend their time worrying about the past or the future, regretting what they did or didn't do, or stressing about what might happen tomorrow. But happiness is found in the present moment. It's in the small moments of life, savoring a cup of coffee, enjoying a conversation with a friend, or appreciating the beauty of nature. When you focus on the present, you stop letting worries about the past or future rob you of your joy. You realize that the only moment you truly have is right now, and in that moment you have the power to choose happiness. Furthermore, happiness is closely linked to the way you treat others. Acts of kindness, compassion, and service are powerful tools for creating happiness. When you help others, you not only improve their lives, but you also boost your own sense of fulfillment. Helping someone in need, showing kindness to a stranger, or simply being there for a friend creates a ripple effect of positive energy. When you focus on giving rather than taking, you find a deeper sense of happiness and connection with others. One of the most significant barriers to happiness is comparison. People often look at others and think that their lives are better, easier, or more successful. Social media has made this comparison even more prevalent, with people constantly showcasing the highlights of their lives. But comparing yourself to others only steals your happiness. It makes you focus on what you don't have rather than what you do have. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own journey. Appreciate the progress you've made and the life you're creating. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Ultimately, happiness is an ongoing practice. It's something you must choose daily. It's not about waiting for the perfect circumstances or the perfect life. It's about taking responsibility for your own emotional state, practicing gratitude, letting go of perfection, living in the present, treating others with kindness, and letting go of comparison. Happiness isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create. And when you embrace these practices, you'll find that happiness becomes not just a fleeting feeling, but a way of life. Both wealth and happiness require consistent effort and self-discipline. It's easy to think that wealth and happiness are the result of luck, talent, or the right circumstances, but in reality, they are the outcome of persistent effort and self-discipline. If you want to achieve both wealth and happiness, you must be willing to put in the work every single day, make intentional choices, and consistently develop the habits that will allow you to succeed. This process is not quick or easy, but it is well worth the effort when you start seeing the results. When it comes to wealth, consistent effort is key. Building wealth doesn't happen overnight. It's a long-term game that requires patience and a commitment to doing the right things day in and day out. Whether it's working on your career, building your business, or managing your investments, it takes continuous effort to increase your income and grow your wealth. Many people get discouraged because they don't see immediate results, but the truth is the small, consistent steps you take every day add up over time. The key is to keep going even when progress feels slow. Wealth is built through compounding. The more you invest in your skills, your knowledge, and your efforts, the greater the rewards over time. Wealth building also requires a high level of self-discipline. Managing your money, saving, and investing wisely are all acts of self-control. It's tempting to spend impulsively or live beyond your means, but those choices will only hinder your ability to build wealth. Self-discipline means learning to delay gratification, making smart financial decisions, and sticking to a plan. It involves creating a budget, setting financial goals, and making sacrifices today in order to reap the rewards tomorrow. Wealthy individuals are disciplined in their approach to money. They understand that managing their finances with care and patience will pay off in the long run. It's not about getting rich quickly. It's about building a strong financial foundation through consistency and smart choices. Similarly, happiness requires consistent effort and self-discipline. While it may seem like happiness is something that just happens, it is, in fact, something you create. Happiness is not a passive state. It's an active choice. It requires discipline to cultivate positive thoughts, maintain a grateful attitude, and engage in activities that nurture your well-being. Too often, people wait for happiness to come to them. They wait for circumstances to improve, for the perfect job, or for the ideal relationship. But happiness comes from within, and it requires a daily commitment to doing the things that make you feel fulfilled, content, and at peace. Consistency is crucial when it comes to maintaining happiness. Every day, you have to choose to focus on the positive, to be grateful for what you have, and to let go of negative thoughts or toxic influences. This requires discipline because in the hustle of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in stress, frustration, and negativity. But happiness doesn't thrive in those environments. Instead, it flourishes when you make a conscious effort to keep your mind and heart open to positivity, even in the face of adversity. Part of this effort involves taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This means committing to habits that promote your health, such as exercising, eating well, and getting enough sleep. It also means engaging in activities that bring you joy, whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply taking time to relax and recharge. Consistently practicing self-care is a key component of happiness. It's about making sure that you are in the best possible shape emotionally and physically to experience happiness in your life. Self-discipline also plays a role in the way you interact with others. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships requires effort. It's easy to become complacent and take people for granted, but maintaining strong relationships takes intentionality and consistency. This means showing up for the people who matter to you, being present in your interactions, and taking the time to nurture your connections. Relationships are one of the biggest sources of happiness, and by consistently putting in the effort to strengthen your bonds with others, you create a solid foundation for lasting happiness. Additionally, happiness requires discipline in managing your thoughts and emotions. Negative thinking, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs can undermine your happiness. The discipline to challenge these thoughts and replace them with more positive, empowering beliefs is essential for long-term happiness. This doesn't mean you ignore life's difficulties. It means you develop the mental discipline to approach challenges with a positive, resilient mindset. When faced with setbacks or obstacles, you can choose to focus on the lessons, the opportunities for growth, and the silver linings instead of dwelling on the negativity. When you combine the effort to build wealth with the effort to cultivate happiness, you'll see how they reinforce each other. Wealth provides you with the means to enjoy the experiences that bring happiness, and happiness fuels your motivation to keep building wealth. Both require consistent work, but the rewards are undeniable. The effort you put into building wealth will improve your financial security and give you the freedom to enjoy life. Similarly, the effort you put into nurturing your happiness will help you maintain the peace and joy that make life truly worth living. The key to both wealth and happiness is persistence. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, staying disciplined, and trusting that over time the results will come. The journey may be long and challenging, but the rewards are worth every bit of effort you put in. Success in both wealth and happiness isn't about one big leap. It's about taking small, consistent steps toward your goals day after day, year after year. And when you do, you'll find that both wealth and happiness become not just goals, but a way of life. Success is a journey, not a destination, shaped by good habits and a positive attitude. Too often, people focus on the end goal, the destination of success, without recognizing that it is the daily journey, the small, consistent steps along the way that truly shape our outcomes. While it's natural to have ambitions and desire a certain level of success, it's important to understand that success isn't something that happens overnight. It's the result of consistent actions, the right mindset, and the habits we cultivate over time. These small, seemingly insignificant actions are what lead to long-term success. Good habits are the foundation of success. They are the small things that you do every day without even thinking about them. They build your character and your future, one choice at a time. Whether it's waking up early, prioritizing important tasks, practicing self-discipline, or investing in your personal development, your habits define your trajectory in life. Successful people understand this. They don't just wish for success, they create it, day in and day out, through the habits they form. Habits, however, don't just come out of nowhere. They require intention and consistency. You can't expect to succeed if you don't consciously choose to do the things that will bring you closer to your goals. Building good habits is an active process. It requires that you make a deliberate decision to adopt behaviors that support your vision of success. This doesn't mean that every single action will be perfectly aligned with your goals, but the key is consistency. Over time, these small actions compound and lead to significant progress. Take the habit of reading, for example. Reading is one of the most common habits of successful people. It's not about reading a book a day or being able to quote every word you've ever read. The point is that reading consistently, whether it's 15 minutes a day or 30 minutes a week, can increase your knowledge, improve your thinking, and help you develop new perspectives. These benefits may seem small at first, but over time they accumulate and give you an edge in your personal and professional life. Just like any other habit, consistency is what makes it powerful. Successful people also understand the importance of having a positive attitude. A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending that everything is perfect. It means maintaining an optimistic outlook even when things don't go as planned. It's about focusing on solutions instead of problems and seeing opportunities in the face of challenges. This mindset is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what allows you to push through obstacles, stay motivated, and keep moving forward. When you cultivate a positive attitude, you train yourself to embrace failure as a lesson rather than a setback. A positive attitude helps you stay focused on your goals, especially when things aren't going well. Success rarely happens in a straight line. There are often detours, setbacks, and difficulties that test your resolve. But those who maintain a positive attitude are more likely to keep moving forward despite these challenges. They understand that failure is simply part of the process and that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of allowing negative emotions like frustration or self-doubt to take over, they stay focused on their vision and remain determined to reach their goals. The importance of self-discipline cannot be overstated when it comes to success. Self-discipline is what enables you to stay committed to your goals, even when motivation fades. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but it's discipline that helps you stay on track during difficult times. Whether it's pushing through a tough workout, sticking to a budget, or continuing to work on a long-term project, self-discipline is what keeps you going when it's easier to give up. Building self-discipline requires practice and patience. It means resisting instant gratification, choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures, and consistently doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline is the ability to stay focused and prioritize your goals over distractions. It's about making the right choices every day, even when those choices aren't easy. And just like any other habit, the more you practice self-discipline, the stronger it becomes, and the more natural it will feel over time. In addition to good habits and a positive attitude, success is also shaped by a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated. Your purpose acts as a guiding force, helping you navigate through the challenges and setbacks you'll inevitably face. People who are successful are often driven by a deeper sense of purpose, something that keeps them going even when things aren't going as planned. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as wanting to provide a better life for your family, create something meaningful, or make a positive impact in your community. Whatever it is, having a purpose helps you stay connected to what truly matters. It gives you the motivation to keep moving forward even when obstacles arise. Success, after all, is not just about achieving a specific goal. It's about living in alignment with your values, your passions, and your deeper purpose. The journey to success is also about learning and growing along the way. It's not a destination you reach and then stop. It's a continuous process of improvement. Successful people understand that growth never ends. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn something new, and every mistake is a chance to improve. They embrace a mindset of lifelong learning, constantly seeking ways to improve themselves and their circumstances. Success is not just about reaching the end. It's about the lessons, experiences, and growth you gain throughout the journey. And when you focus on cultivating good habits, maintaining a positive attitude, staying disciplined, and living with purpose, you'll find that the journey itself becomes as rewarding as the destination. Success is not something you achieve once and for all. It's something you create every day through your actions, mindset, and choices. In conclusion, the pursuit of wealth and happiness is not a destination, but a continuous journey shaped by the choices you make every day. It begins with a mindset shift, understanding that success comes not from luck or external circumstances, but from personal responsibility, consistent effort, and the development of good habits. Both wealth and happiness require you to invest in yourself through learning, discipline, and self-care. They demand that you maintain a positive attitude, persevere through challenges, and stay focused on your long-term goals, even when immediate results aren't apparent. Success is built on the foundation of small daily actions, and it's the ongoing process of growth, learning, and adapting that ultimately leads to fulfillment. If you want to be wealthy and happy, focus on the journey. Develop the habits that lead to success, and understand that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals.